Thank you very much indeed. Hello, I'm Alexander Armstrong, and welcome to Pointless, the quiz show that puts obscure knowledge to the test. Let's meet today's players. And we start by welcoming back Katie and Lucy. You were on the show last time. Everyone gets 2 chances, remember, to reach the Pointless final. This is your second and final chance. Katie, remind us how you know each other.
We're sisters. I'm her big sister.
And Lucy, what happened last time?
We went out in the first round.
Yeah, very low high score, but you were the high scorers.
Indeed.
So, yeah, you haven't been beyond round 1?
No.
You have no idea what awaits.
No, we don't know what happens afterwards.
What do you hope is going to come up today, Katie?
Biology, maybe.
Okay,
I'm a
yes.
nurse, and any sort of celebrity questions would be good for me as well.
Celebrity questions. Lucy, what do you hope is going to come up?
I think similar. I have similar knowledge. Also, I like musicals, any musical theatre.
Yeah.
Or films, maybe.
Listen, Katie and Lucy, it's lovely to have you back on the show. Very best of luck.
Thank you.
And next we welcome back Rob and James, who were also on the show last time. Rob, remind us how you know each other.
He's my son, and last time we got to the head-to-head, but yeah, that was good.
It was very good.
And we can do better this time, I'm sure.
Yeah, well, no, you did brilliantly. Low score, very, very low score from James, in fact. And now, Rob, what do you like to get up to in your spare time? What are your hobbies?
James won't like this bit, but I sometimes do impersonations for things, so, you know...
Oh, do
like...
Richard, do Richard.
No,
Can you do Richard?
Richard?
Can you do Richard? Do Richard.
You probably... I can have a go, but no, not
You've got to stop telling people to do me.
Yeah, that hasn't always worked, has it?
All I can say is it's nice to see you, Nice. Yeah, marvellous.
Yeah, you know what, that is a bit like me. That is a bit like me, I'll give you that. I'll tell you what, though, James is doing a brilliant impression of an incredibly embarrassed son.
James, who else does your dad do?
He says he does impersonations. He does impersonation.
It is always Brucey, is it?
Yeah.
That's what I'm afraid.
Anyway, very best of luck. Great to have you back on the show. And next we welcome Charlotte and Esther. Now, how do you two know each other?
Mutual friend.
Yep, we met and we enjoyed drinking cocktails and watching Pointless, so it was a natural friendship.
What do you do, Charlotte?
I'm a student support worker, so I work at university and support students with learning difficulties and disabilities.
Very good indeed. How about you, Esther?
I work at an art centre. I'm a front of house manager.
Excellent. And Charlotte, what do you like to get up to?
I like cake decorating. That's quite a good hobby I've got, yeah.
Do you make the cake as well, or do you just do the decorating?
Yeah, both. Bake and decorate on top
Bake
as well.
and decorate. Is she good at it, Esther?
They're delicious cakes and they do look amazing.
Wow.
Do you remember sometimes we have people who bake and then they don't bring us a cake? But I'm sure that's not happened here, I'm sure.
No, I'm sure that's not.
Behind the podium there, Charlotte has a cake for us.
Yeah.
Almost certain.
I was thinking if I go through to the next round, then I can make a cake.
You can make a cake before the next round.
Or, you know, on the next show.
OK.
You know,
OK.
or send one in the post.
Or send one in... Well, listen, any of the above, absolutely fine by us. Esther, what do you like to get up to? What are your hobbies?
I'm a bit of a film buff. I like the cinema, so again, actors, TV as well. I'd hope that would come up.
Do you have any favourite kinds of series you like to watch?
I do like a lot of American dramas, so maybe something a bit science fiction-y or maybe cheesy American things like The O.C.
OK, well, very, very best of luck, Charlotte and Esther. Great to have you on the show.
Thank you.
And finally, we welcome Liz and Jenny. Now, how do you two know each other, Liz?
She's my mother.
What do you do, Liz?
I'm a manager for a large national charity.
Very good indeed. Jenny, how about you?
I'm retired now. I'm a retired teacher. You don't like teachers, do you?
No, we do.
We love teachers.
We love teachers.
Yeah.
Richard's mum's a teacher.
Well, I was a head teacher.
Well, oh, OK.
Yeah.
Oh, I take it back. How dare you come on here?
I thought you might.
No, we love teachers. My mum's a teacher. We love teachers. They're just terrible, that's all. That's the only problem. Whenever they come on, they just do badly.
Jenny, what do you hope is going to come up? What's your ideal Pointless?
Oh, food and drink. Politics.
Food and drink politics?
Mm-hmm.
OK. The politics behind food and drinks.
Well, that would be good.
Wouldn't it, though?
Yeah, really good.
Wow. Anything you'd hate to see come up, Liz?
Absolutely, definitely sport, of any sort.
Listen, Liz and Jenny, it's lovely to have you here. Very, very best of luck and a warm welcome to you. We'll find out more about all of you throughout the show as it goes along. There's only one person left for me to introduce. If the pen is mightier than the sword, then his laptop is a weapon of mass destruction. It's my pointless friend. It's Richard.
Hiya. Hello. Hi, everybody. Hiya. Lovely, as always, to have a head teacher on the show, because it brings an air of class to proceedings. You will tell us, won't you, if anybody talks?
I will.
Or if anybody's using a calculator?
Yeah.
OK, thank you. Round 1 should be good for Esther, if she likes American actors.
Good.
Yeah.
OK, well, we'll look forward to that. Now, all our questions on Pointless have been put to 100 people before the show. In order to get to the final round and be in with a chance of winning our jackpot, our contestants need to find those obscure answers our 100 people didn't get. So the fewer of the 100 people who knew the answer, the fewer points they'll score. Now, what everyone's trying to do, of course, is to find a pointless answer. This is an answer that none of our 100 people gave, and each time that happens, we will add 250 quid to the jackpot. Nobody won the jackpot last time, so we add another £1,000 to that. So today's jackpot starts off at £4,000. There we are. Right, if everyone's ready, let's play Pointless. OK, in this first round, each of you must give me one answer, and you cannot confer with your partner. Whichever pair has the highest score at the end of the round will be eliminated, so try and make sure that's not you. OK, our first category today is television. Can you decide in your pairs who's going to go first, who's going to go second? And whoever's going first, please step up to the podium. OK, so the question concerns lead actors in American TV series. Richard.
Yeah, in a moment, Xander is going to show you a list of 6 US sitcoms on this board. We're looking for any of the leading actors in any of those 6 US sitcoms, please. We're defining leading actors by anyone who's been in more than half of the episodes of that sitcom. Very, very best of luck.
OK, thanks very much. Right, Katie and Lucy, you all drew lots before the show, and today you are going to go first. Let's show our 6 TV series, and here they are. We have got Cheers, Friends, MASH, Sex and the City, The Golden Girls, Will and Grace. I'll read them one last time. Cheers, Friends, MASH, Sex and the City, The Golden Girls, Will and Grace. You just have to give me the name of the most obscure lead actor you can think of from any of those series. So, Lucy.
Yeah, I'm just trying to decide whether to play safe or take a bit of a risk. And I think I'm going to take a bit of a risk, sorry, Katie, and go with Rue McClanahan.
Rue McClanahan, says Lucy. Let's see if it's right. Let's see how many of our 100 said Rue McClanahan. Absolutely right. That's a good answer. Look at that. It's Pointless, Lucy. That's how you start a show. That adds £250 to today's jackpot, takes the total up to £4,250, and it scores you nothing. Well done on all scores. Brilliant.
That's a brilliant answer, Lucy. A brilliant start to the show as well. She played Blanche Devereaux in The Golden Girls. 177 episodes of it. That's a good start, isn't it?
That's superb. Very, very well done indeed. Lucy, so Rob, there we are. That's the kind of calibre of show this is going to be.
I'm going to go Kirstie Alley. I think she was in Cheers.
Kirstie Alley, says Rob. Let's see if that's right. And if it is, let's see how many of our 100 said Kirstie Alley. Very well done, Rob. Absolutely right. How far down is it going to go? It's another good answer. 8!
Well played, Rob. Played Rebecca in 149 episodes of Cheers.
Now then, Charlotte.
Well, there's some obvious ones, and there's a few, I think, but I'm not sure if I've got the right first name.
Charlotte, don't get a high score, because we want cake. Sorry.
Okay. Betty White?
OK, let's see if that's right, Betty White. And if it is, let's see how many of our 100 said Betty White. Absolutely right. Another great score. Look at that, Charlotte. Very well done indeed. 2.
Good answer, Charlotte. Also from The Golden Girls, plays Rose. She was nominated for Emmys 60 years apart, Betty White.
Wow.
Yeah, that's not a bad career, is it?
Not bad at all. Now then, Liz, the most obscure actor you can think of from any of these TV series.
Okay, I'm going to go with The Golden Girls as well. B. Arthur?
B. Arthur. Let's see if that's right. Let's see how many of our 100 said B. Arthur. Absolutely right. Another pointless answer. Very well done, Liz. That adds another 250 quid to today's jackpot, takes the total up to £4,500, and it scores you nothing. Brilliant, Liz. Very well done indeed.
Terrific work, Liz. She played Dorothy in The Golden Girls. £500 added to the jackpot. No wonder they call them The Golden Girls.
Thanks very much, Richard. We're halfway through the round. Let's take a look at the scores as they stand. Well, look, that pass was bookended by 2 pointless answers. Fantastic. What a great start to the show. And then we got up to 2, where we find Charlotte and Esther, then up to 8, where we find Rob and James. Who would have thought 8 was going to be our high score? But it is, James. So, yes, we need a low score from you in the next pass to make sure that you make it through to the next round. Very best of luck with that. We're going to come back down the line. Can the second players please take their places at the podium? OK, we are looking for lead actors who have appeared in any of these TV shows. There they are. Now then, Jenny, you are joint low scorers. The high scorers on 8 are James and Rob. You're on nothing. If you can score 7 or less, Jenny, you can avoid even becoming high scorers.
I can see somebody in Cheers, but I can't remember his name even. I don't know. So let's have Mary Martin.
Mary Martin says, Jenny, here is your red line. If you can get below that red line with Mary Martin, you are through to the next round. Let's see, is Mary Martin right? And if it is, how many people said Mary Martin? Bad luck, Jenny. I'm afraid an incorrect answer, which means you scored a maximum of 100 points. I'm sorry. Richard?
Yeah, sorry, Mary Martin, not in any of those. She's Larry Hagman's mum, Mary Martin. I don't know
That
if you're
was all
thinking
I
of
could
her.
remember.
Yeah.
Well, it scored you 100. It takes your total up to 100. But as I say, if either of the next two pairs score 100, they will be higher than you. There we are, Esther.
Okay, well, given that I said I liked American TV, I'm hoping this one will work out for me. The Golden Girls seem to be working out, so I'm going to try Estelle Getty.
Estelle Getty, says Esther. You're on 2. The high scorers are now Jenny and Liz on 100. If you can score 97 or less, you are through to the next round. Estelle Getty. Is it right? How many people said it? Absolutely right. And you are through. 1. 1, if you please, for Estelle Getty. That takes your total up to 3. Very well done, Esther.
Yeah, good answer, Esther. So in 6 answers, we've had all 4 of the Golden Girls. It's very impressive. They've scored 3 points between them.
Very good indeed. Now then, James, you're on 8. The high scorers on 100 are Jenny and Liz.
I've only ever watched Friends out of all of that, so I'm going to have to play it quite safe. I'm going to go with the one I think people won't know, so Courtney Cox.
Courtney Cox, says James. Courtney Cox, there's your red line. If you can get below that red line with Courtney Cox, it's good enough and you're through to the next round. Is it right? How many people said it? Absolutely right, and well done, you've done it. 21. 21 takes your total up to 29. Very well done, James.
Well done, James. There were no more Golden Girls left to have a go at, were there?
No.
Yeah, she was in 238 episodes of Friends, played Monica, was first offered the role of Rachel.
Katie, you're on nothing. The high scorers are Jenny and Liz on 100. If you can score 99 or less, you're in the next round.
I know quite a few of them, watch a lot of American TV, but I probably am going to play it safe and go with the Friends. I'm going to say Matthew Perry.
Matthew Perry, how many people said it? Absolutely right, and you're through. 19. 19 takes your total up to 19.
Yes, also 238 episode played Chandler Bing. Very good answer. Good round all round for everyone there,
Yeah.
isn't it? That was terrific. There's only 10 pointless answers in all. We've had 2 of them already, but let's take a look at some of them. There's B. Arthur to start with. David Ogden Stiers, who is Major Charles Winchester in MASH. Eric McCormack, who is the Will from Will and Grace. He was a pointless answer. Deborah Messing herself, who was Grace, would have scored you 4 points. James Michael Tyler. Do you know who James Michael Tyler plays?
No.
He's in Friends.
Does he play the man who runs Central Park? Central Perk?
Yeah.
Gunter, exactly.
Gunter. He plays Gunter. Absolutely right. It's a pointless answer, so very well done if you got that. Klinger from MASH, Jamie Farr was a pointless answer. Mike Farrell, who was BJ from MASH, was a pointless answer. Alan Alda would have scored 26, would have been a pretty big score. There's Rue McClanahan, a pointless answer. Sean Hayes, who plays Jack in Will and Grace, was nothing. Megan Mullally would have scored you 1. She plays Karen. And William Christopher, who is Father McCarthy from MASH, also a pointless answer. The only other pointless answer, Kelly Nakahara, who was in MASH as well. The high scorers, the ones that most of our 100 people said, were Alan Alda, 26, obviously he was in MASH, played Hawkeye. Sarah Jessica Parker, Sex and the City, 27. Kristen Davis would have scored you 1 point. That would have been a terrific answer from Sex and the City. And right at the top, Jennifer Aniston, 47 points.
Well, that's nice for Jennifer, isn't it?
She'll be really pleased.
Yeah. Thank you very much, Richard. So at the end of our first round, the pair who'll be leaving us with their high score, I'm afraid it's Jenny and Liz. Well, well, well. Liz, we had a pointless answer from you, and Jenny, for all the best reasons, I'm afraid you didn't know
Yeah, I was
any
far
answers
too
to
busy
this.
to watch anything.
You too busy? Did you watch any of those shows?
I watched Cheers quite a bit, and I still can't remember the name of the tall person.
Ted Danson.
Oh, thank you.
That's okay.
But I would have lost anyway, wouldn't I, if I'd said Ted Danson?
Well, no, Ted Danson would have scored you 21 points.
So,
Oh, you'd be through.
So you'd be through. Yeah.
Jenny.
well, I am getting old.
Jenny, Liz, the great news is we'll get to see you again next time, and we'll look forward to that very much indeed. Meantime, thank you very much for playing. Jenny and Liz, lovely contestants. But for the remaining 3 pairs, it's now time for round 2. Now, obviously, there's only going to be room for 2 pairs in our head-to-head round, so one of the pairs in front of me now will be leaving us at the end of this round. Well, that was a cracking round. Charlotte and Esther. Very, very well played. I'm so glad. I was worried that maybe we weren't going to get that cake opportunity.
Charlotte and I were having you on, really, because she has made us a cake.
No.
She has made us a cake.
You have made us a cake.
And not only has she made us a cake, I would go so far as to say it is awesome. Genuinely. Do you want to have a little look?
Yeah, it's here.
Yeah. It's very, very impressive. Look at that. There's you.
Yeah.
Look, there's me on the laptop.
OK, with some...
It's nice. This looks a bit, Charlotte, if I may say so, it looks a bit like we're both sitting on a small hotel bed.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I don't know what I'm uploading on that computer, but...
wow.
But isn't that amazing?
Isn't that?
What sort of cake is it, Charlotte?
It's just sponge.
What are we made out of?
Your icing. But you do have kebab skewers holding you in.
OK,
well.
can I just...
So don't eat you.
That is... Don't eat my computer!
What have you got on there? That is hardcore. Oh, brilliant. OK, our category for round 2 is geography. Can you all decide in your pairs who's going to go first, who's going to go second? And whoever's going first, please step up to the podium. And our question concerns lakes and their countries, Richard.
Yes, on each pass, we're going to show you the name of 6 lakes. You just have to tell us in which modern-day country you will find that lake. So there's going to be 12 in all to have a go at home. OK,
thanks very much. So we are looking for the countries in which you'd find each of these lakes. And we have got Lake Michigan, Lake Eyre, Great Bear Lake, Lake Biwa, Lake Annecy, and Lake Garda. I'll read them one last time. Lake Michigan, Lake Eyre, Great Bear Lake, Lake Biwa, Lake Annecy, and Lake Garda. There we are, 6 lakes. Lucy, you're not looking happy.
I don't know much about lakes, so I think I'm just going to have to say Lake Michigan and say the USA.
OK, Lake Michigan, USA, says Lucy. Let's see if that's right. Let's see how many people said USA for Lake Michigan. He's right. 73. Not bad, but quite high. Richard?
Yeah, Lake Michigan, it's the 3rd largest of the Great Lakes, and its name actually, Michigama, means Great Lake, so it's actually Great Lake, one of the Great Lakes.
Thanks, Richard. Now then, Rob.
There's only one I really know, and I'll have to plump for that one, so I'll go Lake Garda and Italy.
Lake Garda, Italy, says Rob. Let's see if that's right. Let's see how many people said it. Absolutely right. 42. Not that bad.
Yes, the largest lake in Italy, 34 miles long, Lake Garda.
Now then, Charlotte, where would you find these lakes? You are the last person to have this board, so you can talk us through it if you like.
The 2 answers I know have already gone. I'm just going to have to guess. Great Bear Lake, Canada?
Great Bear Lake, Canada, says Charlotte. Let's see if that's right. And if it is, let's see how many people said Canada for Great Bear Lake. It's right. Very well done, Charlotte. 41, lowest score of the pass. It pays to bring in a cake.
Is there no end to Charlotte's talents? It's extraordinary. Great baker, great guesser, terrific work. It's frozen 8 months of the year, Great Bear Lake up in Canada. Let's fill in the rest of the board. Lake Annecy is France, would have scored you 11 points. Lake Eyre is in Australia, would have scored 5 points. The best answer on the board is Lake Biwa, would have scored you 1 point, and it's the largest lake in Japan. So very well done if you said that. It's one of Japan's greatest tourist attractions, Lake Biwa.
Thanks very much indeed, Richard. So let's take a look at the scores. We're halfway through the round. 41, the best score of the pass there, Charlotte. So Charlotte and Esther looking very strong, then up 1 click to 42, and then, whoa, we got up to 73, where we find Lucy and Katie quite a way out in front. So, Katie, we're going to need a really good low score from you on the next board. Very, very best of luck with that. We're going to come back down the line now. Can the second players please take their places at the podium? OK, we're going to put 6 more lakes on the board, and here they are. We have got Lake Van, Lake Baikal, Lake Balaton, Lake Winnipeg, Lake Maracaibo, Great Salt Lake. I'll read those all one last time. Lake Van, Lake Baikal, Lake Balaton, Lake Winnipeg, Lake Maracaibo, and Great Salt Lake. There we are, 6 lakes. Now remember, Esther, we are looking for the countries in which these lakes are found, and you are going to try and find the one you think the fewest of our 100 people knew. You're on 41, the high scorers on 73 are Katie and Lucy, so if you can score 31 or less, you are through to the next round already.
I'm relieved to say I know 3 of them, but I think they're all probably quite high. I'm going to guess Lake Baikal is India.
OK, Lake Baikal, India, says Esther. If you can get below that red line, you are through to the head-to-head. Best of luck. Is Lake Baikal in India? If it is, how many people said it? Oh, bad luck, Esther. I'm afraid that's an incorrect answer, which scores you the maximum of 100 points. That takes your total up to 141, Richard.
Sorry, Esther, too much of a risk, I'm afraid. I'll give the correct answer at the end of the pass.
So then, James, the high scorers, Esther and Charlotte, now on 141. You're on 42, so a score of 98 or less will see you through.
I don't know any, so
This is music to Esther and Charlotte's ears.
I'm gonna go with Great Salt Lake and the USA.
Let's see. Great Salt Lake, is it in the USA? How many people said it? Well done, you've done it. 43. Takes your total up to 85.
Yeah, the largest salt lake in the US. You can float in it, like in the Dead Sea. It's so salty, about 25% salt.
Katie, you're on 73. The high scorers on 141 are Esther and Charlotte. If you can score 67 or less, you're through to the next round. Talk us through the board, Katie.
Okay, that will be quick, because I don't know any of them.
Talk us through your thinking, if you like. Sort of hazard some guesses.
Well, I think Sweden's coming into my head for the first one, but I don't know why. So I'm going to say Lake Maracaibo. I'm just going to say Italy.
Lake Maracaibo, Italy, says Katie. Let's find out. Is that right? If it is, how many people said Italy for Lake Maracaibo? Bad luck, Katie. I'm afraid that's an incorrect answer, which scores you the maximum of 100 points, and that takes your total up to an unbeatable 173. Sorry.
Yeah, Lake Maracaibo actually is a pointless answer. It's in Venezuela. A lot of the Venezuelan oil fields are in and around Lake Maracaibo, an incredibly rich part of the world. Let's take a look through the rest of them. There's only one obvious one on the board. That's Lake Winnipeg, which is Canada. That would have scored you 51 points. Lake Baikal is in Russia. It's 12,000 square miles. It's the deepest lake in the world. It goes down to 5,700 feet in parts.
Wow.
That's a big lake, isn't it?
That is a big lake.
You don't want to pedalo across that.
No.
And if you said Lake Baikal scores 10 points, that's a very good answer. Lake Balaton is in Hungary, which scored you 5 points. This is a tough board. And Lake Van, 1 point. Well done if you said Turkey. Lake Van in Turkey. Really tough board there.
Well, thank you very much indeed, Richard. So, our losing pair at the end of our second round, I'm afraid, is Katie and Lucy. I'm so sorry, Katie and Lucy, we have to say goodbye to you. It's been lovely having you on the show both times. You've been brilliant.
Thank you.
Thanks so much for playing, Katie and Lucy. But for the remaining 2 pairs, things are about to get even more exciting now as we enter the head-to-head. Now, congratulations, Rob and James, Charlotte and Esther. You are now only 1 round away from the final and a chance to play for our jackpot, which currently stands at £4,500. You're now going to go head-to-head, and the first pair to win 2 questions will be playing for that jackpot. The big news is, though, you are now allowed to confer. Here we are. We've made it to the head-to-head. Anything can happen from here on in. Very, very best of luck to both pairs. Let's play the head-to-head. OK, here comes your first question, and it concerns famous scientists. Famous scientists, Richard.
Yeah, we're going to show you pictures of 5 people who are famous in the field of science. Can you pick the most obscure of these?
OK, let's reveal our 5 famous scientists, and here they come. We have got A, B, C, D, and E. OK, there we are, 5 famous scientists. Rob and James, you've played best throughout the show so far, so you get to go first.
I think because this one's in colour and so we've got a better idea at it, we're going to go with E and Brian Cox.
OK, E, Brian Cox, you are saying. Charlotte and Esther. You can talk us through the board, if you like.
A is Charles Darwin and D is Einstein, Albert Einstein. C, I had a kind of feeling it might be Robert Oppenheimer, but I don't know for certain. So we're going to play with A and say that's Charles Darwin.
A, Charles Darwin, you are saying. A, Charles Darwin. So we have E, Brian Cox, A, Charles Darwin. Rob and James have said E, Brian Cox. Let's see if that's right. And if it is, let's see how many of our 100 said Brian Cox. Absolutely right. 43. 43. Charlotte and Esther, meanwhile, have said that A is Charles Darwin. Let's see if that's right, and if it is, let's see how many people said that. A, Charles Darwin. Yep, you've done it. Very well done, 18. Good work, Charlotte and Esther. After one question, you are up 1-0. Richard.
Well played, Charlotte and Esther. Good answer. You were right to avoid Einstein as well. It's the correct answer, but would have scored you 77 points. Let's take a look at the other two. B is Sigmund Freud. Would have scored you 6 points. Do you know who C is?
Jeffrey Rush.
He does look like Jeffrey Rush. It's Schrödinger, as in Schrödinger's cat. It was a pointless answer, Schrödinger, so very well done if you said that at home.
There we go. Thank you, Richard. Now here comes your second question. Rob and James, you have to win this one. Stay in the game. Remember, best of luck. It concerns Walt Disney. Walt Disney. Richard.
Yeah, we're going to give you 5 questions now about the legendary filmmaker Walt Disney. Can you answer the most obscure of these?
OK, let's reveal our 5 questions about Walt Disney, and here they are. He opened his first theme park in this US state. He was born in this Illinois city. He voiced this character until 1947. His middle name, and his studio's first full-length animated feature. I'll read them one last time. He opened his first theme park in this US state. He was born in this Illinois city. He voiced this character until 1947. His middle name, his studio's first full-length animated feature. There we are. 5 clues to facts about Walt Disney. Now then, Charlotte and Esther, you go first this time.
It's the only one we're pretty certain. Voiced this character until 1947. We're going to say Mickey Mouse.
Mickey Mouse, you are going to say. He voiced this character till 1947, Mickey Mouse. Rob and James, talk us through the board.
We think the first one opened first theme park in California. Illinois city, not sure about. We knew the voice's character. We'll go with first theme park in this US state, California. OK, you're going to say California for the first theme park. Charlotte and Esther have said Mickey Mouse. Let's see if that's right. And if it is, let's see how many people said it. Absolutely right. 31. 31 people said he voiced Mickey Mouse till 1947. Rob and James have said he opened his first theme park in California. Let's see if that's right. And if it is, let's see how many people said that. It's right. Will it beat 31? Yes, it will. Look at that, 26. That means after 2 questions, Rob and James, Charlotte and Esther, you are 1 point each. Richard.
Let's take a look through the rest of them. Born in this Illinois city, it was Chicago. That would have scored you 9 points. His middle name is Elias. That's the best answer on the board. 2 points if you said that. And his studio's first full-length animated feature, do you know that?
Dumbo.
It's like Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs.
Really?
Yeah, would have scored you 22 points.
OK, here comes your third question. This will be the decider, and it concerns types of penguin. Richard.
Yeah, we're about to show you the names of 5 different types of penguin, but we've missed out alternate letters of their names. Can you fill in the blanks and tell us the most obscure of these? Good luck to both teams.
OK, thanks very much, Richard. Let's reveal our 5 penguins with alternate missing letters, and we have got C blank I blank S blank R blank P, R blank C blank H blank P blank E blank, M blank C blank R blank N blank, G blank N blank O blank, and E blank P blank R blank R. I'll read those all one last time without the blanks. CISRP, RCHPE, MCRN, GNO, and EPRR. There we are. 5 types of penguin with missing alternate letters. Rob and James, you go first.
I only know one, so I'm going to go with Emperor.
OK, you're going to take Emperor. Emperor. Now then, Charlotte and Esther, talk us through the board.
We're pretty much at a loss because we only knew Emperor.
Macaroni fits.
Macaroni. Yeah, Just because it fits the letters, we're going to say macaroni penguin.
A macaroni penguin.
Yeah.
Mm.
We're holding out so much hope.
OK, Robin James, emperor. Let's see if it's right. And if it is, let's see how many people said emperor. It's right. 68. 68. Whoever wins this question goes through to the final and plays for that jackpot. Charlotte and Esther have said macaroni. Let's see if that's right. And if it is, let's see how many of our 100 people said macaroni penguin. Absolutely right. And it wins the point. 11. 11 for the macaroni penguin. Wow. Wow. Well done. Just brilliant, brilliant guessing there. You thought you'd won that, didn't you, Robin James? Oh, macaroni penguin.
It's the last time I'm eating pasta.
Oh, well done, Charlotte and Esther. That means, after 3 questions, you are through to the final 2-1. Brilliant.
Yeah, that's what happens when you bake us a cake, I have to say. It's actually the most numerous of all the world's penguins, the macaroni penguin, over 9 million breeding pairs. It's close relations to the ravioli penguin and the lasagna penguin. Let's fill in the others. Top one is the chinstrap penguin. That would have scored 6 points. Then it's the rock hopper. That would have scored 14. And the best answer on the board is the Gen 2 penguin. Very well done if you said Gen 2. 5 points.
Well, thank you very much indeed, Richard. So the losing pair at the end of the head-to-head, I'm afraid, is Rob and James. Oh, it's been another roller coaster, hasn't it?
Absolutely. Yeah.
What about that?
Lots of fun, lots of fun.
Well, you've done phenomenally well both times you've been on the show. Brilliant, brilliant contestants. Rob, James, thank you so much for playing. Brilliant. But for Charlotte and Esther, it's now time for our pointless final. Many, many congratulations, Charlotte and Esther. You fought off all the competition. You have won our coveted pointless trophy. Very well done. You now have a chance to win our pointless jackpot. And at the end of today's show, the jackpot stands at £4,500. Oh, what a show. Do you know, the only time that's ever happened before, and a pair came through on a complete fluke to the final, they won. I don't want to jinx it, but I have a good feeling. OK, the rules are very simple. To win the money, all you have to do is find a pointless answer. We've had 2 pointless answers on the show today. You only have to find 1 more now, and you will leave here with that money. Firstly, you've got to choose a category. You have a choice of 5 options. They are film directors, artists, best-selling authors, horse racing, pop stars.
I think I'd like film directors.
Yeah.
I think I'd do quite well
That
on
is
that.
your area.
So we're going to go for film directors.
Very good indeed. OK, let's find out what the question is. Here it comes. We gave 100 people 100 seconds to name as many winners of the Oscar for Best Director since 1970. Richard.
Yeah, we're looking for the name of any person who's won the Oscar for Best Director from 1970 all the way through to the ceremony in 2012, please. Very, very best of luck.
OK, you now have up to 1 minute to come up with 3 answers, and all you need to win that £4,500 is for just one of those answers to be pointless. Are you ready?
I hope so.
Yeah.
OK, let's put 60 seconds on the clock. There they are. Your time starts now.
Okay, well, I would say Catherine Bigelow,
Yeah,
because she's a
definitely.
woman. It was relatively recently, but I think she's less well
Who was
known.
she,
This year was Michelle Hazza... Oh, I can't say his name, but he did the artist. So Michael Hazavanicus. I would actually go with him
Yeah,
as well,
great
maybe. I think Woody Allen's won it at some point, but he'll be... Peter Jackson must have won for one of the Lord of the Rings films. I would say... I'm trying to think of foreign directors. Roberto Benigni, at some point, I think, maybe won it. James Cameron's won it, but he's going to be really obvious as well. So I'm thinking probably Michael Hazavanicus,
go that one.
because he was this year.
Catherine Bigelow?
Catherine Bigelow, definitely. I'm trying to think of
10
anyone
seconds
else.
left.
My mind's gone blank, and I should really know this. Yeah. I'll think about it.
OK, your time is up. OK, we're looking for winners of the Oscar for Best Director. I now need your 3 answers. What are you going to give me?
So we're definitely going to go for Catherine Bigelow.
Catherine Bigelow.
We can say this one.
Okay, if I'm pronouncing it correctly, Michael Hazavanicus.
Michael Hazavanicus.
Who won for the artist. And maybe, we didn't discuss this, but Tom Ford.
Throw it out there.
Yeah, I think he might have won for A Single Man, but maybe not. So,
Okay.
I'm a little hazy.
So there we have our three answers. Of those three, which is your best shot at a pointless answer?
Should we say Michael has a Vanikas because he's
Okay,
so
Michael Hazavanikas, we will put last. Which is your least likely, do you think?
Tom Ford, because I'm
Tom
not sure
Ford.
he did actually
We'll
win.
bung him up at the top, and we'll pop Catherine Bigelow in the middle. Okay, so let's put them up on the board in that order, and here they are. We have got Tom Ford, Catherine Bigelow, and Michael Hazavanikas. There we are. We were looking for winners of the Oscar for Best Director. Tom Ford, you said, was your least confident answer. You only have to find one pointless answer, remember, to win that jackpot of £4,500. You weren't entirely confident this was a correct answer.
I'm not sure. I can't
But it's a
remember.
good one, though. For a single man.
Great film.
OK, well, let's see. Is it right? How many people said Tom Ford? So there's your answer. A good guess, but an incorrect answer as it happens. So unfortunately not a pointless answer. So you only have two more chances to win today's jackpot. Charlotte, what would you do with 4,500 quid?
I think I'd probably like to go travelling. I quite like America. I've done sort of some of the west coast of America.
Go up to the Great Bear Lake in Canada.
Yes. Oh, definitely got to go in there now.
Yeah.
Esther, how about you?
As I said, I do like film, so I'd really like to travel to the Cannes Film Festival, so I'd probably put it towards a trip there.
Fantastic. Very, very best of luck. Let's hope one of your two remaining answers will win that jackpot for you. So we are looking for winners of the Oscar for Best Director. Let's hope nobody said your next answer, Catherine Bigelow. This has to be right and it has to be pointless for you to win that jackpot, £4,500. Let's see. Catherine Bigelow. How many people said it? Is it right? It is right. Tom Ford, your first answer was incorrect, but Catherine Bigelow is absolutely right. Down it goes. Into the 20s, into the teens, into single figures. Down it goes. 4, 3, 2, oh! One person. Oh, that was close. OK, you only have one more chance to win today's jackpot. Everything is now riding on Michael Hazavanikas. To win the jackpot of £4,500, it has to be pointless. Let's find out. Michael Hazavanikas. Is it right? Is it pointless? It's right. So Tom Ford turned out to be an incorrect answer. Catherine Bigelow took us all the way down to 1. Michael Hazavanikas. Is he going to take us all the way down to pointless? Yes, he is! Yes, he is! Very, very well done indeed. That's brilliant. Fantastic. Fantastic. Wow. Well, congratulations. Michael Hazavanikas was a pointless answer. What a brilliant answer that was. That means you go home with a jackpot of £4,500.
Absolutely brilliant. Very well done. You rode your luck a couple of times during the show, but no luck at all in that final round. That was terrific. Michael Hazavanikas doesn't trip off the tongue, does it? Because it's a reason nobody said it. There's a whole bunch of pointless answers here, actually. Let's take a look at some of them. Ang Lee, one for Brokeback Mountain. The Coen Brothers for No Country for Old Men. That was a pointless answer. George Roy Hill, one for The Sting. Jonathan Demme, one for Silence of the Lambs. Mel Gibson, one for Braveheart. Michael Cimino for The Deer Hunter. Oliver Stone, he won twice, one for Platoon and Born on the 4th of July. Robert Redford for Ordinary People. Robert Zemeckis for Forrest Gump. You could also have had Barry Levinson, Bernardo Bertolucci, Bob Fosse, Franklin J. Schaffner, James L. Brooks. You could have had John G. Avildsen, John Schlesinger, Robert Benton, Sidney Pollock, Tom Hooper, who did The King's Speech. He was a pointless answer. Well done if you said him. Warren Beatty and William Friedkin. All of those pointless answers. So good category to choose. Very well done if you got any of those at home. And very, very well done to the two of you. It's terrific.
Well, thanks once again to our winning players, Charlotte and Esther, who go away with today's jackpot of £4,500. Join us next time when we'll be putting more obscure knowledge to the test on Pointless. Meanwhile, it's goodbye from Richard.
Goodbye.
And it's goodbye from me. Goodbye.